In a valley between two hills, two armies stood facing each other. On one side was the army of Israel. On the other side, the Philistines. Every day, a giant stepped forward from the Philistine camp. His name was Goliath. He was tall, far taller than any man. He wore heavy armor and carried a massive spear. His voice thundered across the valley as he shouted, "Choose one man to fight me. If he wins, we will serve you. But if I win, you will serve us." Day after day, he came out, and day after day, no one answered. The soldiers of Israel were afraid. Now, not far from the battlefield, there was a young boy named David. He wasn't a soldier. He was a shepherd. He spent his days caring for sheep, playing music, and trusting God. One day, his father sent him to take food to his older brothers who were in the army. So David went. As he arrived at the camp, he heard a loud voice echo through the valley. It was Goliath, mocking, challenging, intimidating. David looked around. The soldiers were silent. No one moved. David couldn't believe it. "Who is this man?" David said, "that he should defy the army of the living God?" People heard him talking. Soon, King Saul himself heard about David. They brought David to the king. "You're just a boy," Saul said. "You can't fight this giant." But David replied calmly, "I have taken care of my father's sheep. When a lion or a bear came to attack, I fought it. God protected me then, and he will protect me now." Saul looked at him, and finally agreed. They tried to dress David in armor, but it was too heavy, too big. David took it off. Instead, he picked up his staff, and chose 5 smooth stones from a stream. With his sling in hand, he walked toward Goliath. When Goliath saw him, he laughed. "Am I a dog," he shouted, "that you come to me with sticks?" The giant mocked him, but David stood firm. "You come to me with a sword and spear," David said, "but I come to you in the name of the Lord." Then he said something powerful. "The battle is the Lord's." Goliath began to move forward. The ground seemed to shake with each step, but David didn't run away. He ran toward the giant. Quickly, he took a stone, placed it in his sling, and swung it with precision. The stone flew through the air and struck Goliath right in the forehead. The giant stopped. Then, he fell. The ground shook as he hit the earth. The mighty warrior, defeated by a shepherd boy. The Philistine army ran in fear, and Israel celebrated victory. But the victory wasn't just about strength. It was about faith. David didn't win because he was the strongest. He won because he trusted God. While everyone else saw a giant, David saw an opportunity for God to move. And that's the lesson. Sometimes in life, we face giants too. Fear, doubt, problems that seem too big. But like David, we don't have to rely on our own strength. We can trust God, because no matter how big the challenge is, God is greater. So the next time you face a giant, remember David.